Hello, hello. Last minute to go live, so I really don't have expectations of people coming in. I put in my community post that, hey, I'm going to try to do the 12 days till Christmas live. Now, a part of that is twofold. Of course, I'm enjoying Vlogmas and all the things. I've been asked a few times whether or not I participate, and the answer is no, because working and editing every day and then uploading, it's a lot for me. I work one of those jobs that really isn't, it doesn't turn off as soon as I leave. So it's kind of a little extra pressure. I can't quite do that. But I had been filming and, I'm getting ready to just do regular vlogs and stuff, only to find out that my camera was in slow motion the whole time. So all that footage was useless. And I thought, well, heck, I might as well just try to go live and do that for the 12 days of Christmas. So here we are. And like I said, it wasn't scheduled, it wasn't planned. So I'm not sure anyone will show up, but hey, if they do, I'm here, you're here, and that's all that matters. Usually people catch my videos later, so I'm okay with that. Speaking of videos, in the meantime, someone sent me two videos. One, and I'm sure this is because I'm a teacher, but one video was the girl in T-Mobile cutting up acting a whole fool when her mother took her cell phone away. And I was like, yeah, that pretty much tracks with what we see, not even in just that video, but what we've seen before and what we see regularly in school. I was like, I can't even pretend that I'm too surprised. And I know a lot of parents are saying, oh, I give my child their phone in case of emergency and things like that. But if you're talking about an intruder type of emergency, then the phone is actually more of a danger than it is a safety precaution. Because I look at it the same way that I look at those light up shoes, right? The phones, they illuminate a light. I don't know if that's going to show up on my face or not. Of course, I dropped my lip gloss, excuse me. But they illuminate a light. Hey, Lisa, you found me. And they allow people to track. You know what I mean? So I just jumped on. I knew it was last minute. I saw where you said you couldn't find me. Come to find out, the first one I did was private. I don't know what I'm doing in these YouTube streets just yet, especially as it pertains to live. Hey, Shell. Hey, Michelle, how's it going today? Yay, I'm happy to be here. I was just talking about how I've been trying to upload some videos and I had it in slow motion, and then how someone sent me a video of that girl in T-Mobile just cutting up and acting a fool. And I said, yeah, I'm not surprised. That's why we have the rules in school about taking away cell phones and telling them all of that. Nope. No, I won't be doing that. The most I'll be able to do is say, hey, sugar, you're not supposed to have your cell phone. Right? Okay. Well, and after I say that, I feel like I did my due diligence. I'm done. I'm not, to me, taking away those cell phones is like taking, a drug from an addict. I'm not doing that. No. It's like taking a bone from a hungry dog. And no, they don't pay me quite that much to do stuff like that. But yeah, I was saying too that a lot of times parents are saying we give our kids their cell phone and we want it in school to be safety for a safety reason. But the reality is when the phone lights up, when it makes noise, even if it vibrates and things like that, it'll draw attention if, say, there's an intruder in the building. Like my phone at work is on silent plus, where we go, in case of that, to evacuate, so to speak. But where we go is where my phone is. So I'm already there. I've already got my phone. Tons of phones going off. Kids don't remember to turn off the sound and all of that. That does present more of a hazard. Those light up shoes, the light up shoes are cute. But if you're thinking of safety in situations like that, that ain't it. That's not the safe route. And then what was the other video? The other video was a little girl in Walmart acting a whole fool. I don't know if y'all saw that or not. But she was just pulling stuff off of shelves. People were trying to talk to her. I think somebody even tried to, grab her, and which I would not recommend. Don't go grabbing somebody else's child. I mean, even if you see them off the rails, I would not go grab a kid. That's not mine. Now, if that kid was mine, well, I can't even imagine my child even trying me like that. I just can't. Not in private, not in public, just not. So, and people used to say all the time it was the Peach Kids that did that, but in both of those cases, those kids were Black. Those were some brown kids acting a whole mess. So I don't know if it's gentle parenting. I don't know. I'm not saying old school parenting was perfect because a lot of parents went too far on some stuff. So I'm not going to say that. But I will say that what I've seen in those videos, I have never seen the likes of before. And hope I don't see no more. Well, I've never seen the likes of that in public before. But I will say more and more, I'm starting to see some of that stuff in school. Yeah. I don't want to say whether I see it in the school I'm at right now, but I'm going to say I see it in school. I've seen it. And I'm not surprised. But I also want to say, and I'm not judging anybody, but if you start your kids on devices at months old, and I literally have seen babies like 6, 7 months in a restaurant, and they got the tablet propped up in front of them, that's a lot of stimulation because they've got bells, they've got sounds, they've got all the little things that are supposed to keep their attention, and it's going steadily all the time. That's a lot to take in. And then we teachers, when we start teaching them, we're not that animated. There aren't bells and whistles and things like that. So it's hard to keep their attention when for years, by the time they get in kindergarten, if they started at 7 months, you got to figure for 5 solid years, they've been having an influx of a whole lot of stimulus. And now we're trying to teach them something as boring as reading, as unfun as addition. And so, yeah, I've even heard of some administrators telling us, you got to liven it up. You got to do this. You got to do that. I'm not trying to compete with those devices. I'm not trying to compete with YouTube as a teacher. That's a lot to ask. That's a big ask. And a little check come with that big ask. So some things need to be reconsidered, reconfigured or something. I don't know. But anyway, my drink of choice tonight is zero sugar lemonade. I'm not even drinking wine, but I just had to use my new little glasses that I got over at, did I get these at Ross? I think so. I think I got these at Ross. But you can't really tell. They're like a gold champagne flute colored thing. But I was thirsty to use these glasses. I ain't thirsty to drink, not wine anyway, but I was thirsty to use my glasses. So here we go. What are y'all drinking on tonight? Shell, I know you might be sipping on something plus smoking a cigar. I don't know. But anyway, that went on the slow-mo thing. And get this. So the whole reason that I was recording, because, if you watch my channel, I'm pretty good about recording and uploading. Maybe not the next day, but at least pretty close to it. For whatever reason, this time I recorded. And then I was just like recording for days on end, maybe like 8 or so days. And I thought, I'll sit down over the weekend and I'll get ready to edit. Up comes the weekend, I'm ready to edit. And that's when I found out my camera was in slow motion. I ain't surprised about the cigar. But yeah, I found out my camera was in slow motion. So all that footage that I had been recording for the week was just useless. And so my last video I uploaded was actually kind of old. It was like a week out of footage. And I'm so glad y'all supported that. Thank you for those of you who've watched it and will probably watch this later. The ironic thing is I don't see a lot of people during my lives, but thankfully you all come back and show me love in the videos and give me comments. So I appreciate that. Otherwise, it's kind of weird just talking to nothing or no one. But anyway, that footage was useless. And so I said, well, let me, what else can I do? I think I want to participate a little bit in Vlogmas, even though my spirit was broken, but I don't have the kind of job that I can just turn off of. So it's hard for me to film and upload and edit after coming off of work. And then I might still have some paperwork and stuff. So it's a lot. I really can't do Vlogmas, and I didn't even set myself up to disappoint myself this year. So yeah, going live is unnerving. I was doing a test run of it earlier, and some guy was on here talking about how he liked gloves. I ain't got no gloves with or without gloves right now. So you're on the wrong channel, buddy, wrong tree. But whatever. So I'm braving it. It's out of my comfort zone, but we're giving it a shot. Let's see. You don't have time to do Vlogmas either. Yeah. I mean, kudos to the girls who do it. I'm not mad at it. And if they're not altogether consistent, I'm not that judgmental. I don't understand why people are like, you said you were gonna do Vlogmas. What happened to day 3 or day 4? It's not that easy. People don't understand that. Especially if you want to edit it and make it of any quality. It's not that easy at all. But anyway, yeah, I got caught up in that. I was filming, and only to find out it was all slow motion and useless. And the whole reason I hadn't edited along the way to find out that it was slow motion was because I had met me a little fella, and we literally were talking every night for hours at a time. Every night for hours. And if we're not even talking now, that time has come and gone. But the lesson in it that I learned, because I don't know if you've seen my previous video, it was like I was saying, am I becoming the aunties that I used to have? Because I had those aunties that were like, I don't need a man for an M&F and thing. They can't do nothing for me. And so I hadn't gotten to that negative part where I'm saying that about him, but I had started wondering, like, dang, am I even interested in dating? Because let me rephrase that. I was going on dates, but I didn't feel like my attention was really being captured like that. And for me, I don't feel like I ask a lot, but maybe I require a lot, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say, I have a whole checklist and you have to follow this whole checklist. But the few things that I ask for are a lot for some men. Because number one on my list is consistency. I am so turned off by flim-flamsy, back and forth, hot and cold, all that kind of stuff, man. That don't do it for me. Let's see. I'm trying to find out if you're going to go on a date. Who I got the number from? I don't think so. I don't think so. It just was not my type. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, I don't know. It's not my temple of familiar. So I'm not comfortable with it. I gotta be comfortable with it. I don't know. He was talking about, yeah, I'm willing to go slow and I'm willing to, yeah, okay. Is stop a speed? Because that's about where I am. I'm at about stop. But the guy that I was talking to, let me take a sip. The guy that I was talking to for hours at a time, he and I actually didn't agree on a whole lot of things. But he did what he said. He was consistent. He called when he said he would call. Some of the things that I like. And another thing I like about that consistency is it's so doggone hard to fake. Ooh, consistency is hard to fake, especially for any length of time. So he was showing some of that. He was having good conversations. Again, we didn't agree. And let me tell you where the fallout came from. The fallout came from the fact that I feel I am single until I'm not single. And then I see where you asked me, what's my type? I don't have a physical type per se, other than some variation of chocolate. The richer the chocolate color, the better looking generally to me. I do like very dark complected men, especially with, brighter teeth and all that turns me on a lot in terms of physical. But the physical only lasts but that long. Like, once I see, okay, you're pretty good looking. Now what? What's under the hood, so to speak? Because if you're good looking and ain't nobody here, or you have nothing, to offer me in terms of conversation, and then I'm turning right back off. Which is why I like the guy that I was talking to for hours on hours. That's what I mean. He was like consistent. He was all those things that I like. But again, the divide came because, like I said, I'm single until I'm single. And he had asked me about going out. At some points, he was out of town, back in town and things like that. So we didn't get to go on an actual date. All this talking we were doing was cool, but we were scheduled to go on a date. And he asked me at one point, what are you doing? I said, oh, I'm just getting dressed, getting ready to go out and get something to eat. I think I was going for seafood that night. And he was like, oh, yeah, really? I said, yeah. He was like, are you going alone? I'm going to drive there alone, but, I don't plan on eating alone now. Are you, like, who are you going with? And I could hear the hesitation in his voice and stuff, but I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Like, I'm not going to lie. Why would I lie? I'm single and I don't cheat. So And that's what I told him. I said, I'm single until I'm single. So yeah, I'm going to go out. And he was like, well, I thought we were working towards something. I thought our conversations were good. He said what he said. And then he started saying things like, I don't go for that. I don't, if that's what you're doing, hey, Dale, if that's what you're doing, then, I'm not going for that. And his tone started getting more aggressive than is okay for me. Like, don't get me wrong. I like an assertive guy. Once upon a time, all I dated was bad boys. And they were really rough around the edges and all of that. Oh, but baby, they were rough in the streets. Not even then could they be rough with me. So as he starts talking assertively, I'm kind of like, well, okay, he might be medium mad about this. Maybe, I'm going to let him say his little bit. And here's the reality of it. I actually genuinely like the guy. So as it turned out, when I was getting ready for the date, I was kind of thinking, why am I doing this? I like the other guy more. I was already hesitating. I was debating whether or not I should even go on the date because of all the things I do, I'm not trying to waste anyone else's time, just like I don't want my time wasted. So I was really just kind of wondering. And when he called me, it wasn't a test or I wasn't, playing a game. He asked me, what was I doing? Had he not asked me, I wouldn't have told him. And I don't know, I perhaps would have still canceled the date. But he did ask me what I was doing. So I told him, and I still all the while had that in my mind. But now you're barking at me. Oh, baby, I can't go for that. So I do like assertiveness, but you don't get to do that because in my mind, honey, we haven't even gone on a date and you're already barking. What's next? What's the next play? So yeah, that kind of that put the brakes on it. But like they always say, sometimes people come in your life for a reason and a season and all that. I think the whole purpose of that was to let me know, no, you're not like your aunties, Kymberly. You're not like how they were talking about. I don't need a man for a mother thing. He can't do a mother thing for me. All he can do. I've had aunties who really talk like that, or I've had the neighborhood ladies who really talk like that. Oh, I'm glad you agree because I really feel that way. But hey, Fab. I wanted to feel like, no, I'm not that person. I wanted to know I'm not that person. I thought it, I was feeling that way, but at the same time, I just honestly have not been all that interested in men because, well, let me be clear. My orientation is only for men, but I just hadn't been interested in any of the men that I was dating because I don't even know why. It was either a lack of consistency, a lack of something for me. And so to know that he was firing up my cylinders in that way, like he was piquing my interest, I was looking forward to his calls. I was even calling him back. And actually, he asked me to call him one day. He was like, hey, if you're not busy tomorrow, give me a call. Well, I wasn't busy, but I didn't. This is when we very first started talking. I wasn't busy, but I couldn't think of anything I really wanted to say or needed to say. So I didn't call him because I don't know how to, ring, hello. I hate it when people do that to me. I have literally, my phone will ring, I'll say hello, and the guy will be, hey, hello. So what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to say hello again? Because I already say hello, I'm on the phone. So what is we doing? Go ahead and start talking. Like, why did you call? So when I couldn't think of anything to say, I didn't call him. And the next night he called, he said, I was really looking forward to your call. You didn't call. And I told him why. I was like, I didn't know what to say. I didn't have anything to say. Like, I'm not good at taking the lead, nor am I interested in taking the lead. So that's where that was. And then next thing I know, he started talking. He said, well, we can think of a plethora of things to say. And I can't remember how he started the conversation, but I do remember that we didn't get off that phone until like 2 hours later. Like we weren't on that, you hang up first. No, we weren't doing that, but the conversations kept flowing. And a lot of it was flowing from him. So had he not started barking at me, had he even asked me, and I'm so glad he didn't. I'm so glad he didn't ask me to not go on that date. Because had he asked me to not go on a date, I wouldn't have gone. I was already hesitant. And as it turns out, like I said, I didn't go on the date because I feel like, hey, you know what? Someone else captured my attention. He couldn't hold it, but he captured my attention. And the fact that he captured my attention made me feel like, yeah, I shouldn't waste this man's time, money, expectations, or any of that stuff. You said that's literally you. Are you horrible at taking the lead? Yeah, I don't want to. I have no interest. I am not, I feel like I make a ton of decisions at my job. Every day I'm deciding what method is going to work best for this person, what's not going to work here. I decide what needs to go or be taught at what pace and speed, what should I eliminate. Like, I make enough decisions at my job. I'm not trying to make them in my relationship. I want someone who allows me to just relax into who he is, which is why I need that, not just masculine energy, but I need that consistency. I need that reliability. I need all the boring things that if you would have told 20-year-old something that, I'd have been like, what? Nah, I need, you still can't bark at me now. For all the, even in my most foolish days, I didn't go for being barked at. I don't go for the punitive nature at all either. Like, that's the whole, when he said, yeah, so if that's what you're doing, then you can just eliminate me and you baby, you ain't said nothing but a word. I got a list right here, and all I do is cross off on the list. You got a list? Baby, you can cross me off too. Like, there is no hurt feelings on that. Just we just crossing together. So I wasn't tripping about that at all. Let's see. I don't waste time now. Not mine, his. I don't waste money either. Like, once upon a time, I ain't gonna lie. Once upon a time in my very, very broke days, I would go on the date and I would make sure I ordered an appetizer, a meal, a dessert, all the things, because I'm trying to pack up that doggy bag. They don't even call it a doggy bag now. It's just a to-go container, darling. But yeah, no, I don't do any of that now. It's just, I'm straight shooting. And like I said before, I'm single until I'm not single. So I don't know why he even thought I wouldn't go on a date. To me, that was on him. He should have just asked initially, but he didn't. But again, the lesson for me was, hey, at least I know I'm open to the process. But I'm only open to who I'm really interested in. I'm only open to, it's got to be all the vibes. It doesn't have to be perfection because I'm not perfect. But I need to know that you can converse with me. I need to know that you got manners. I need a gentleman. I need all of the things. If I'm presenting myself as a lady, I sure expect you to present yourself as a gentleman. So that's what that is for me. You said you would just go eat in your days too. I think we all did it with our broke selves. We was all broken hustling, hoping. So I don't know. But yeah, thankfully we don't do the stuff we used to do anymore. And honestly, sometimes I've been with people and I'm thinking, this is a nice restaurant. They got good food here, good drinks. I wish I was here by myself. I wish you weren't here. I could enjoy it more. Because when I go out on my little solo dates, I will whip out a journal and start writing some stuff, and my gratitude journal, all of that stuff that keeps me company. I've had audiobooks in one ear, plus I people watch. I don't know if I told y'all this, but I have a talent for knowing everything that goes on in a person's life just by looking at them in 10 seconds. I'd be dead wrong. I don't care. But I look at them and I just decide, ooh, okay, that couple has been together for probably about 40 years. They've been through some ups and downs. He's probably done this. She's probably, like, I just, in my, I don't know, my delusional world, I'd be right too. But whatever. And I got a new list. I was talking about doing my journal stuff. Let me take another sip because I'm talking so much. But I got a new journal I'm starting, and I'm calling it 60 by 60. And it's literally 60 things I want to do before I turn 60. So, like, if you're in your 40s, I guess you would do 50 by 50. But my 60 by 60 is some of the most simple things, stuff that I keep saying I'm going to do, but I put it off. Like, I've never even ordered HelloFresh. That's super simple. HelloFresh, Factor, any of those. I've never ordered them. That's something super simple that I keep saying, I'm going to do it one time. I'm going to do it eventually. But I end up meal prepping. So I need to do that. I sound like, hubby, we like to people watching come on. It's entertaining. I don't know if that's an old folk thing or what. No, I've been doing that since forever. Yeah, it's entertaining to me. But yeah, it's simple stuff like ordering meals. I keep saying, I'm going to have somebody come in and clean my house because there's always some tricks to the trade. Now, when they clean the house, I'm going to be right here watching, seeing what they do, just in case I need to pick it up again myself. I don't like anyone knowing something for me that I can't do for myself other than the car. I don't even play like I'm getting ready to get up under the hood. When I was younger, I remember trying to put oil in my car. Now, my first car, and my father had taught me how to check my oil. Hey, Lisa, I see you too. Another Lisa. Glad you're here. But I got ready to check my oil, and I had seen where, you do the dipstick, you pull it out, you wipe it, you dip it back in, you check it, and now you know your oil level. He was real big on teaching me that. And so I checked it, and my oil was low. And I called him. I was feeling real proud. Went to a payphone. That's how long ago that was. Called him. He was like, well, just put some oil in the car. Cool. You ain't said nothing but a word, because I'm the dipstick queen. I understand how to do it. I go get this funnel. And I had to call him back because I was like, the funnel thing won't fit in the oil. I can't pour it in. He was like, what are you talking about? It won't fit in the oil. I was like, I keep trying it. I got the dipstick out and everything, and I put the funnel in, and it won't fit in the thing. Child, I'm trying to pour the oil into the dipstick container, whatever that is. Clearly, the oil don't go there. So my father was like, God, dog, yeah. Mm-mm. And when he said, you'll never need to get under the hood of the car again, I believed him. I did. And I still do, and I still don't. I will pay the money to go get my car serviced just to make sure that some clown like me doesn't put the oil in the dipstick hole. So the most I've done is put air in my tires. And I even try, like in the winter, you know how you lose pressure in your tires and stuff. I drive right over to a tire shop place and let them do that too. I'd rather give you a couple of dollars, young man. Here you go. And call myself blessing somebody, passing that blessing right on forward. I try my best not to do anything for my car. I don't even like washing it. I mean, I do the drive-through. So yeah, that's kind of how that was. But he taught me that lesson that, yeah, I'm kind of interested. I'm interested in getting out there and seeing what's out there, but I'm not desperate enough to be barked at. I'm not desperate enough to be paying for a man and all this other foolishness I see. That I look at that and it just makes me shrink back. I can't do it. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, I needed to know I'm not that auntie. So I feel good about that. Anywho, how come y'all ain't out tonight or doing things? I asked earlier, but I see some more people have come. I'm drinking my zero sugar Minute Maid. So what are y'all drinking? Shell told me she's already drinking wine and having herself a cigar. I ain't too surprised. I still need to watch that show, Later Daters. I gotta watch it. Let's see, better than me, because the most I've done is erase my own. Yeah, that was so many years ago. My father was like, I cannot believe you really tried to do that. He talked about me for that for years. So, oh well. Hi, Monet. I love Houston. Love Dee Dee specifically in Houston. The Breakfast Club, the whole nine. I used to think I really liked Dallas. I was like, that's my favorite city. I still haven't been to San Antonio. But yeah, I like me some Houston. Love that. Let's see. We have freezing rain, so I'm inside and cozy. I ain't mad at that. Drinking hot tea, yes, ma'am. And just got home from a Christmas dinner. Oh, I'm a little jealous. I just finished meal prepping. Later Daters was, okay, so it's wrapped up. That's another thing about me. If I'm going to watch something, I want to binge it out, and I want it to be finished. Netflix had me so mad. What was that show? Love is Blind. When I thought it was finished, but it was only at the halfway point, and I had to wait for more to upload. Oh, I was hot about it. But now I know better. So I'll be looking for that. I need to binge that. And somebody else told me about another show. As a matter of fact, that's one of the things I do over Christmas break. I'm not going out of town this Christmas. I'm so mad about it. I had some plans, but the plans they fell through. So I'm not going out of town, and I need some shows to binge watch. So Later Daters is going to be one. But anyway, let me get back to my 60 by 60, because I think I was talking about that too. Sipping and waiting on hubby. So you can vlog at this time. I'm not mad at that at all. But yeah, my 60 by 60, I'm feeling kind of excited about it, because one of the things I also want to do is I want to travel to a few different countries. I got me some new Blu-ray glasses, and this time they're readers as well. I don't know if you can see how much there is. Not a lot of magnification. It's like the lowest magnification, but the chat over here, like I can read it. Like it says here, I didn't want to know.
You want to do Love is Blind? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it's doing right now because I haven't turned on Netflix in a long time. So don't think I'm giving you a spoiler. But I can read the stuff over there in the chats. The print is just small, and it's better with these. Plus, I'm trying my best not to look at my computer or my phone without some glasses on. I feel like as I get older, I really need to protect my orbs. So I'm trying. I'm trying. Because sometimes when I look at my phone, like now, it's not as bright, but without the glasses, yeah, it's hecka bright. So I'm getting better. I'm trying to do better. I got out today and went walking, and it was only like 20 degrees. I can walk in the snow. I can't walk in the rain. So if it's light fluttering snow, I can do that. I can do the cold because walking is going to warm me up quite a bit. I don't know where I'm getting this little burst of energy. I have my suspicions, but I ain't sure. But I think, and I don't know what y'all might be thinking, but I've been taking some supplements, and I kind of feel like, yeah, I think these supplements might be working. So I don't know. Yeah, Love is Blind is still showing, but it's not like it used to be. The To me, the very best season of Love is Blind was the very first season. I think that was its most authentic season and everything. And they still have that one couple whose name I can't think of. It was a mixed couple, in fact, that are still together. And I know that because they came across my feed and I was like, oh, they're still together. They have a YouTube channel and everything. I want to call them the Hamiltons, but I can't think of their first names anymore. That to me was the most authentic one. And then after that, it started going by how many followers you have and a whole bunch of other stuff. And it was like, I don't believe it no more. I don't. It doesn't. Even the last time with that one couple, it was a black couple, and she came down in a really form-fitting dress, and he was like, "Hello, body." I was like, "Wait a minute, I don't think I know too many straight guys standing at the altar saying stuff like." So I kind of wondered, I kind of wondered that, and it threw me off. He could be straight as an arrow, I don't know, but it seemed like an odd comment. Like I have gay friends, and they're like, "Okay, body, okay, bitch." So maybe that was why, but I thought, yeah. And I never thought he was really into her for whatever reason. I don't know what I thought his type was. I just didn't think it was her. And she was an attractive girl. I just still didn't think it was her. I'm gonna just leave it at that. And I don't mean the last season, because the last season was the one where they kept accusing this one girl. She was a curvier girl, and they kept saying there's no way that this guy liked her because he was handsome. Well, she was good looking. She was cute. She was just thick. So a lot of men like thick girls. Like that just, yeah. Maybe it's the comments too that I don't like about what they say on Love is Blind, because it opens people up to do some kind of judgment stuff that is just, it's unnecessary and it's ugly. So that's my take on that. But this 60 by 60, I'm excited. I'm having to come up, even just thinking about the stuff I want to come up with is exciting for me. Drinking more of this lemonade, taking it down. Yeah, that last season was ugly and messy, but still entertaining. So I guess that's what they want. Let's see. Yep, you're kind of live. Hey, Tanya, good to see you. Just finished watching you over in the loo yesterday, I think. All I'm talking about is life, my little simple life, and my 60 by 60. I'm feeling excited. I got a couple of my friends who are also talking about, yeah, that sounds fun. And they want to do some of it too. So it's stuff like I said, ordering meal prep, ordering house cleaning. And if I really like it, I might even stick with it, especially if it's affordable. I want to take trips, of course. I have never been on a helicopter ride. And I keep saying, oh, I'm going to do that. Well, we had scheduled one, me and some friends. I forgot where we were. Was it Vegas? I think we were in Vegas, but they ended up drinking too much. And so they were like, girl, like, I can't get up in the helicopter thing, which canceled it for me. So I didn't do that. And like, it's a whole lot of stuff that I keep saying, I'm going to do this. And I haven't done it. So there you go. Road to 50. I ain't mad at it. I want to see what you come up with. But the helicopter, and then one of my friends was saying, oh, I want to go and see Niagara Falls. I said, yeah, I don't really want to do that. I'm not mad at it. I think she even named something like watch whales, take a humpback whales cruise, or girl, I'm gonna let you have that one. I'm gonna take another cruise, but it ain't gonna be that. I can go outside and be cold right now. If I go on a cruise, I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of being warm, and the only cold thing for me on a cruise, maybe Might be the pool and my drinks. That's about it. But no. So I guess I ain't that old yet. So it's some other stuff that I've been coming up with. But yeah, I like I was saying, I've gone on dates and I've been like, dang, I'd rather be writing in my gratitude journal than sitting here talking to him. Like it's like pulling teeth. So I really had gotten to a point where I wondered, is dating just over for me? Is it? And so now talking to that guy, like I said, for hours at a time, it just let me know. And there's no part of me that wants to have a conversation with him again. I'm smiling as I say it because I'm happy about what I discovered about myself. But I'm through with that aspect of it. Ooh, had to get comfortable. There we go. All right. Yeah, I'm through with that aspect of it. I want to make sure I ain't showing too much in my little nightgown, my little robe here. I'm sure I didn't. I got on shorts underneath anyway, but y'all don't need to see all that. And somebody asked me about me losing weight because on one video I had stepped up on the scale and I cannot remember. I can't remember if I weighed like 175, 177. Truth is, whatever I weighed, I might still weigh because I haven't weighed myself to find out. But I have been active. I've been getting out and about. They say, though, that losing weight is like 80% diet. Oh, that part. That's the part I have been doing. Because y'all know Thanksgiving happened and I didn't do a big meal or any of that stuff, but I still gave myself permission to eat whatever I wanted. And yeah, that's the part that's messing up. So I'm pretty sure I haven't gained weight because I've been active, but I haven't lost any weight because I haven't been on any whatsoever diet at all. So tonight I meal prepped. I'm like, let me get back on my Zoom in terms of eating better and all of that because I hadn't even meal prepped, which means when I go to work, if I haven't meal prepped, I'm eating all kind of snacks, treats, candies, all the things that I've given the kids, cookies. Like I buy a big old bag of Cookie Crisp cookies and stuff. I'm grazing. I'm a grazer. But when I meal prep, especially if I do breakfast and lunch, I don't do all that grazing. It's just what I eat. I mean, whatever I bring. So I'm getting back on that. And I'm going to do it over the weekend. So I want to lose a few pounds. Not so much because I feel heavy or any of that, but mostly because I just want my clothes to fit a certain way. I want them to lay flat in the front and, show a little tuckage. I don't have big hips, but when my waist is slim, it looks like I got hips. So that's what I'm working on. Let's see. I feel the less I eat, the more I gain. What? 50 doing you dirty like that? Ooh, maybe your body's going into starvation mode. We're going to call it that. But no, I've been getting out, walking, skating, falling, busting my butt, getting right back up though. Got right back up and skated some more. I've been skating since then. I just haven't set up the camera to do it. So yeah, it's a lot. I love it. I love this age and stage of the game. And I will say this, during my conversations with that fella, he is newly single, not by his choice, but he's newly single. And he was asking me, so how do I like it? And I was like, I like life. Really? And I could tell by the way he said that he didn't like that I like life the way I do, but I do. I am enjoying it because, I mean, here's how it worked. When I was a teenager, I couldn't do all the things I wanted to do because my mama wasn't having it. I get in my 20s, and I mean, it wasn't right when I turned 20, but later in my 20s, I became a mom. So now I'm in mom mode, which was a good thing because I was out there in them streets, not like, legs open from left to right, not in that way, but I was in the streets in terms of dating bad boys who did bad things, getting in fast cars and doing all this stuff. So being a mother really slowed me down, and I needed that because honestly, I didn't attend the funerals, but a lot of people that I knew and grew up with then never blew out 25 candles. I was about to say 30, but a lot of them never blew out 25 candles. A lot of them never saw a 21st birthday. So I knew that the life I was living was not on a good path. So once I became a mother, it really definitely slowed me down and got me on the right track. So now I'm in my 30s, still a mother. You know what I mean? And married, all of that was happening too. I did slow down, get married, all that. And, I've spent most of my adult life being married. So in some form or another, I've also had to always almost answer to someone in some way or another, because I mean, a lot of people seem surprised when I say this, But in a marriage, in a marriage, let me just stick with that because then boyfriend, girlfriend stuff, you only gonna get me to do but so much. I ain't that audition, I'm a cook and wash and do your lot. I'm not that woman. But in a marriage, I am a submissive woman. That's why it's important to me that the person I have is a leader. He needs to be assertive. He needs to be consistent. He needs to be all the things that allows me to relax in that. Because if he's lacking any of that, oh, hold on, fella, let me see. I don't know. Yeah, you trying to make it right, brother, but we might need to go laugh. We might. So I need all of that. But again, in a marriage, I am more of a submissive woman. So, with that being said, that's why I need the kind of men I need. Still, with all of that being said, as I'm in a marriage and I see that the marriage is getting rocky and all of that, I'm also a loyal woman. So, I wasn't going out dating. I wasn't, and I could feel my life begin, overall it was happy, but I'll tell you, a bad marriage does bad things to people. Like I've seen some women who I know stayed in that marriage way too long. And some of them are classmates. And I remember my daughter and I saw one, we went out to eat, and she was like, "How you know her?" I was like, "She and I are classmates. Y'all went to the same school, but y'all couldn't be classmates." Like she looked so many years older and just sadder and all of that. And I was like, "Yeah, I had heard back in the day that her husband was, one for DV." And she was still married to him. And by back in the day, I mean like 15, 20 years ago. So I can't even imagine, like for my little time of being unhappy, baby, it took that one good time. I came home and I said, dang, I don't feel like being here. Oh no, baby, wait a minute. Because if there's nowhere else on earth that I want to feel comfortable, it's going to be in my house. It has to be my safe haven, my place, because there's a lot going on out there in the world. And a lot of it is just foolish. So when I come home, oh yeah, this has to be my place of peace. And as soon as I came home and I was like, hey, I don't even feel like being here, or I'm hoping he ain't here, I knew that was over. But quarantine was happening and all of that. So that kind of delayed and slowed some stuff down. But baby, please believe I still had to make that happen. And now, fast forward back to the question that he asked me, was I happy? Yeah, I'm genuinely happy with the way that my life is. I'm genuinely feeling good. If I find a partner to add to that, great. But I, at the same time, I can acknowledge that I was getting concerned. Like, I don't think I'm feeling it. I don't think I'm, am I becoming that person? So now I know, no, that's not even the case for me. I'm still open to it, but you're gonna have to add and take nothing away, not nothing. But yeah, that's where I am, 60 by 60 and all of that stuff. I do not intend on my 12 days till Christmas to be on this long. I've already been on here for 43 minutes almost. I'm thinking I'm gonna pop on a little quick 1 2 1 2, say a little something, check on y'all, y'all check on me, find out what y'all drinking, and then get back off. So hopefully this will be maybe my longest one, but I ain't talked to y'all in a minute. Or when I did talk to y'all, the footage was in slow motion. So that's no good. But anyway, unless y'all got anything else to say or ask me about, I should be getting off. Letting y'all enjoy y'all's evening, your wine, in Shell's case, your wine and your cigar. I'll keep sipping on my lemonade. I'm lying actually, because it's about 8 o'clock and I'm already ready to settle in. I need to be checking. No, I'm not gonna watch those shows. I'm gonna wait until Christmas break for sure. Because like I said, I'm not going out of town. So if y'all know of some other shows, put them in the chat or send me a message later. Anyone watching the video later, let me know some other shows to binge watch. Later daters, I'm gonna watch. I tried watching that Lisa Ray show. And I can't remember. It was Lisa Ray and maybe two other women whose names escape me right now. I didn't like it as much. And I can't remember what the name of that show was for nothing in the world. I used to like Ready to Love. I like dating shows. I like romance for that matter. Just bought the Love Jones DVD because it don't be getting played enough. I need a Fire Stick. That's another thing I need to do over break. Put that on my 60 by 60. I don't need that, but I do need a Fire Stick. I'll need to put it on my list. But yeah, if you know some shows, let me know. I plan on binging them out. And let's see, I don't have anything else right now to tell you. I plan on being back tomorrow. What time, I do not know. What's a good time? Because tomorrow is Saturday. People are going to get out and go running errands and all of that stuff. So maybe I should do it in the morning. I do not know. Will I be up in the morning? I should be. If y'all know of a good time, let me know that as well. But with that being said, I guess I'm going to call this a night. I will talk to y'all later. Thank you so much, friends, for coming by. Thank you, Jasmine, Lisa, Fab, Tanya. Thank you so much. I will enjoy my night. You all take care. Have a good evening, and thanks. I'll see you hopefully in the next one. Take care.